What is going on, Raptors Nation? Luca here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Dennis Schroder, who's been lighting it up at the FIBA World Cup. Dennis Schroder, I mean, this is a dude who just injects so much life into a team, and he's been doing that for Team Germany, who find themselves in the FIBA World Cup final. And by the time you watch this video, Germany might even be the champions of the world, because that final matchup against Serbia will be early Sunday morning. Germany upset Team USA, and then Serbia upset Team Canada. We all thought we were going to get USA Canada in the final, but instead we will be getting Germany versus Serbia. So I wanted to talk about Dennis Schroder in particular. And before we dive right into it, guys, please do me a solid. Hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content just like this. So Dennis Schroder, he bounced back in a big way for Team Germany. He came off a horrendous 4 of 26 shooting performance against Latvia. And then, I mean, Schroder, he had a magnificent showing against Team USA. He actually called that performance against Latvia his worst game ever. But then against USA, Schroder put up 17 points, was much better from the field, 7 of 13, 9 assists. And probably the most impressive part about his overall performance was his defensive effort, as he hounded his former teammate, Austin Reeves, who, of course, he played with on the Los Angeles Lakers last season, as he made it tough on Reeves all game long. And then Dennis Schroder hit the dagger on Austin Reeves in the final minute of play to seal the win for Team Germany. Schroder has been playing on a whole other level during this FIBA World Cup. He has elevated his game, and he has been one of the tournament's best players. Other than that bad game against Latvia, Schroder has been on the money. I mean, you talk about some of the things that he's been able to do really well. He's able to blow past defenders. He's been able to get to the rim, generate offense. Either he gets his own offense off, hitting a nice floater in the paint, or he sets up his teammates. It's that passing ability that's been very impressive as well, getting his teammates involved, setting them up. We've seen Schroder with a couple of games during this tournament with his assist number being high. And then Schroder has also held his own defensively. I think that's a part of his game that is underrated. People look at Schroder and they don't think he's capable of being a impact defender, but we saw in that playoff run against the Lakers, he was able to do a good job against the likes of Stephen Curry, John Morant. In this FIBA tournament, he's had some nice efforts on the defensive end, whether he's blocking shots, stealing the basketball, or making it difficult for the opposing player to get his offense going, like he did against Austin Reeves. So Schroder has been playing solidly overall. And if he can just be consistent with his game, and we don't see a huge drop off in his production from game to game, and if that 3-point shot can be consistent as well, because obviously that's another area of Schroder's game that can be a downside when looking at it, because Schroder, he did have that one good year shooting the 3-ball with OKC, but the last couple of seasons he's been pretty unreliable with that 3-ball, and obviously that's an area in which the Raptors need to improve in. But if the 3-ball can be a bit more consistent, if his overall production from game to game can be more consistent, and then he gives you what he's always going to give you, and that's his 100% effort, that energy, he plays with a fire lit under him, then he's going to be a very good get for the Toronto Raptors. And I've already said this, and I'll say it again. I think when it's all said and done, Dennis Schroder is going to end up being a steal of the offseason for the Raptors. He's going to be a perfect piece for this team. I think he's going to help the Raptors a lot with their offensive energy. Schroder just being able to get to the basket is already a breath of fresh air. I think he's going to inject some offensive energy into that team, and he's going to set up his teammates nicely, playing alongside a guy like Siakam, Barnes. And Schroder knows when to give those guys the basketball for them to go to work. So whether or not Schroder starts, that remains to be seen. But if he does start, he's going to do an excellent job. And if he's that first guy from off the bench as the team sixth man, I think he's going to do a great job as well. And looking at it overall, I mean, the Raptors brought in Schroder on a very lenient deal, 2-year, $26 million. He's not Fred VanVleet, but I think he's going to do a lot of the good things that Fred VanVleet did for this team. And Schroder has a chance to be a huge bargain for the Raptors, because if he can perform at a high level and he's on this 2-year, $26 million deal, Raptors fans are going to quickly forget about Fred VanVleet if Dennis Schroder can impact games the way that he's been impacting games for Germany at the FIBA World Cup. So I'm excited to see Schroder play. I think he's going to be a great fit on this team. And I think he's really going to excel getting ample opportunities in Toronto because Dennis Schroder is probably going to get a ton of playing time. I see him averaging, 30 plus minutes per game. And I think the production is going to be there. I really do. I know FIBA is different than the NBA level of competition, but look what Schroder just did against the team that featured 12 NBA players on its roster. He looked the part, and he was one of the better players on the court. So Dennis Schroder, I think, is going to be ready to go. And hopefully for Raptors fans, he can translate what he's been doing at FIBA to the start of the 2023-2024 season. So I just wanted to talk about Dennis Schroder, weigh in on it. But yeah, I do think Dennis Schroder is going to be a perfect piece for this Raptors squad. And he's going to end up being a very good offseason signing for them when we look back at it. So let me know your thoughts on Dennis Schroder. We'll see if Dennis Schroder can lead Team Germany to gold as they will take on Serbia in the gold medal game. Leave your comments down below, guys. Again, hit a like and subscribe before you get out of here. That is it for me. Thank you for watching. This is Lucas signing off. And until next time, stay safe.